There's one thing I've noticed in the recent past, and that it's no one that I've seen on the internet can put accurate videos about Ukraine and its news and the crisis and what's going on. No one. I've watched upwards of 6 hours of videos on YouTube. I've gone through news articles, and no one knows what's going on, and no one knows how to articulate it. Let me explain. And it's not like it's impossible to report accurately on this issue. People could report accurately about the whole problem. It's a very simple problem, but no one wants to tell the truth. So I'm going to go over what the exact problem is. And news outlets just don't put in the time. They just move from thing to thing to thing until they're bored. And then they make something up. Lots of the stuff they say just doesn't make sense. They're talking about the gas problem that is created by the conflict. They're talking about a former spy who's going after a new enemy, such as corruption. But no one's talking, almost nobody is talking about what's really happening. And so I'm going to address that. So the problem is this, is that both sides continue to escalate their involvement in the scenario, NATO versus Russia. And without Russia de-escalating, this won't come to a stop until war occurs, until a greater war occurs. Because if Russia doesn't back down their troops, NATO can't back down their troops without sacrificing the entirety of the country, which by the time they're done will be a barren wasteland. But if Russia backs down, they're pulling their troops out and it returns to the control of the native Ukrainians. Those are some of the newest headlines of this year, and none of them are talking about what is happening day in and day out, which is Russian death squads walking through the streets shooting things, whatever they can see, with Russian markings in Russian agendas behind them. They don't care. They just shoot. And these news outlets won't cover it. They'll just leave it alone. It's just kind of ridiculous. They didn't even talk about the majority of the deaths that occurred in the 2014 crisis. There are only 2 resources I've seen that accurately talk about what's going on. Those will be linked in the description. But it bugs me because this is where I lived, and no one will talk about it. We need to pull our heads out of our butts and realize that this is what's happening day in and day out. And there needs to be solutions to this besides economic sanctions.